Korean food is different to English food, so in England we can bring packed lunch boxes.
Showed them a picture of it on my phone.
They were like, oh my god, I wish I was there, I wish I had that school food compared to the school food in England. But the food is a lot better quality in Korea than it is in England.
4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, good. It's January 10th.
Hello, my name is Jude. I am in 4th grade and I have lived in England for nearly 8 years.
Hello, my name is Yundahe. I am going up to 중학교 3학년 and I'm from England. I lived in England for 12 years.
Hi, my name's Simon. I was a professor at Gyeongbuk University for a year and a half and at Daegu University for 5 years. Now I run Simon English Hagwon.
I've lived in England for nearly 8 years. Studied in English school 5 years.
I've studied in England for 9 years. My school I went to elementary school in this town outside of Liverpool.
When your parents said let's go to Korea,
I was very sad because I was leaving my friend behind, family behind. A bit anxious about what would happen in Korea.
I think I was quite sad to leave my friends in England, and I just enrolled into this new high school, so I wasn't able to spend much time in my new school in England. That was a big loss, but then we came to Korea. It was good. Change was difficult, but I settled in now.
do you remember some comments?
I remember one of the comments my friend said, visit the school next time you're in England. But I was very sad.
Really, they were to keep in touch. Didn't want to leave my friends. They were sad. They know like K-pop, BTS, Blackpink. They know Korea from all of the fried chicken. It's big in England. They want to go to Korea with me.
Is there anything, some popular things in England?
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. They all say fried chicken. Kimchi. The food, kind of. They know a little bit of Korean food. My parents had Korean food takeaway place, so I would bring some to school and then let them try it sometimes.
Some of your friends used to buy food from us, didn't they?
Yeah.
What's the school life in Korea?
It's hard because I don't know Korean that well, and everything is like so many levels higher than England. So it's difficult to understand what the teacher is saying, and the books, everything is just so different.
It's hard getting used to, but I probably got used to it by now, understanding everything. It's a lot higher level, so you would be a lot smarter than you are in Korea after you finish 3rd grade than England 3rd grade. They teach it differently. They teach math differently. They use calculators in England, but then in Korea, they actually teach you how to solve the problem.
Do you have something to see new things in Korea at school?
Yeah, we have like a lot of after-school clubs. 동아리, 방과후, all of that is like a bit different.
Oh yeah, Changu. We did Changu, and then we also did Tingjun Suyang.
I had calligraphy class. It was fun, but we don't have that in England.
Probably how the school pushes the school tray, like the school lunch tray, to the classrooms, and then you pull it in and kids serve your food rather than the teachers serving it. And eating inside of your classroom was a big change. In England, we eat in the cafeteria.
In England, we can bring packed lunch boxes. Usually, it is quite similar. The trays are similar, but the food is a lot better quality in Korea than it is in England.
Did you see the race lunchtime?
Yeah, it's quite loud. Everyone's so hungry.
Does everybody run to the cafeteria to get their lunch?
I feel like they did in England, but in Korea they are a lot stricter. So we got a queue and everything. You're elementary school sauce.
Kids in my school, when it's their turn to get the food, they run so fast. It's like they're already up and ready to go.
Did you join that?
No, never. I have 2 favorite lunches. It's when they give you rice, katsu curry, 돈가스, 깍두기, and 우렌지. The other one is when they give you 중국집. That one's really good too.
I did one time. We had a school festival because it was like a special occasion. We had tteokbokki and Baskin Robbins as dessert.
Can you imagine that 급식 in England?
Never.
Have you seen that to your your friends in England?
Yeah, actually. Showed them a picture of it on my phone.
They were like, oh my god, I wish I was there, I wish I had that school food compared to the school food in England.
But it wasn't the same for me because my friends really liked the cafeteria food, so they weren't very jealous. In England, in my school, it would go like this meal that day, this meal that day, and then it would copy on for the same for like every 2 weeks. Like the first week of Monday or something, you would get curry. Next week, you would get the same thing on Monday. It would be like that.
What was the most popular thing?
On the school lunch, probably some of the new items like chicken pizza, spaghetti and meatballs, and lasagna.
How did you feel when you eat the soup at first?
I really, really liked it. The taste.
The way the school tray is set out is like everything is the right amount, like you're full after you finish eating, and it's like a perfect serving. Korean food is different to English food, so in England we don't have like sides, we don't have banchan, it's just the main with and a drink.
Do you have something you want to show to your England friends?
The schedule in Korean schools is very busy, like everything is just like, and you gotta do it straight with like no breaks. In England, usually you have like 1 or 2 really long breaks. But in Korea, it's like 10 to 5 minute break and then next class and then next class. It's quick, busy schedule.
Do you like
I like it. I only like it because in England, you do like 1 hour classes rather than 40-minute classes. So doing 40-minute classes is a lot easier than doing 1 hour classes or 1 hour and 30-minute classes. So I like it a bit better.
What did you usually do after class?
I would go to swimming and then I would do Kuman class. In England, we didn't really do after school classes. I only did football 2 days in after school, so we didn't really do anything.
In Korea, I have Kumon, math, Korean, separated onto different days of the week. So I would do that as soon as I come back from school. I would do my classes until around, I finish 6 some days and like 8:30 some days, depending on what I have.
There are a lot more tests in Korea than in England. England, it tends to be more coursework. So the students are assessed as they go throughout the year. One final test at the end of the year. I think in Korea there's a lot more tests. The students are trained for tests in Korea rather than to study freely. I think that is one of the big differences between the two places.
How about subjects?
The subjects are similar. I think in England they don't teach morals, they don't teach society in high school, but as far as everything else, languages are slightly different, European languages rather than Asian languages. So in Korea, obviously, you learn English. In high school, in England, you'd learn German or French or Spanish, but the lessons are pretty similar. There is a class called Personal and Social Education, which I think is a little bit similar to society, the society class in Korea. It's a little bit different. It kind of teaches children about their daily lives and how to interact with other people and things like that. But I think that's probably the only one. It's not a very important class in England. You only do it sort of 1 hour once a week, but I think that would be the difference. I think that just the British government wants to emphasize science and math and English as the most important. Even things like PE are not seen as very important in a lot of schools. So I think there's more emphasis on science and English rather than the others are seen not as important. There was one, you were taught Latin, weren't you, in your high school? That's very unusual, to be honest. Cecilia went to a very good high school in Liverpool, but they did teach Latin. In my day, we weren't taught Latin. It's quite an unusual subject.
There is something unique thing only Korean students have.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, they're very good, Korean students, at remembering details. It's drummed into Korean students from a very early age how to do certain things, the formulas for certain things on how to do them. So they are very good. Maths, things like that, Korean students are much better. English students are taught to maths with a calculator. High school students wouldn't be able to work out math questions in their head. They would all be done with a calculator, whereas here, students, are drilled how to do problems like that, which is great because you don't have a calculator with you all the time. So it's good that the students are drilled like that. If we give our students goals every month, these are what we're going to do this month, this is what you have to do to achieve. And for the most part, they're very good, they're very studious. They, especially even the younger students, in England, the younger students would be a lot more relaxed in class, but even the young students are very good sitting down and getting on with the work. It seems the education ethic here is much stronger than in England. I think English high school students are definitely more relaxed. You know, Korean high school students are extremely hardworking. They get up very early and they finish studying very late. I think if you took an English student into a Korean high school, they'd be quite shocked. They'd be really quite shocked how hard Korean students study.
Do you remember some episode?
Teachers' Day was a nice surprise. We don't really have Teachers' Day in England. There's not a special day for teachers, so Teachers' Day was a nice surprise, and it's lovely when the students make a little poster or something and you walk in the classroom and they're like, "Thank you, teacher." You know, that's really quite nice. Teachers' Day is a nice touch.
Do you go and when you finish this class?
In England, we'll probably do Kuga most of the time, and then it would probably be math, and then you would eat lunch, and then you would do one more class. It would either be history or geography or science, and then we would go home at 3 o'clock.
Well, I went to high school and school would start 8:30. We'd go to our class, we'd have to get everything done, and then we go to our classes. After a couple classes, we have break, like a long 20-minute break, and then a couple more classes, then lunch break, 2-3 more classes, and then it's like school finishes 3 to 4, 3:30, and then go home and then do my extra study.
Sometimes art or sometimes swimming, and sometimes Kumon, and then sometimes other Kuga class. In England, we'll probably just go home, do our homework, go to my football class, and then play with friends. But then in Korea, it's just hagon.
We sometimes had swimming class, so I would do swimming class after school too. I think in England it was more relaxed, but in Korea it's just everything has to be done and it's all quite tight.
Difficult thing.
Probably language.
Yeah, language.
Definitely.
Well, in my school, we have this place where every person that comes from a different country, you would go in and learn Korean there for 2 classes, 1 class, and then you go back up to your class and study there. As in my school, we do that because it's for foreigners.
I still study Korean, but I don't really study Korean at school that much. So hard. And the teachers are a lot more strict though. Teachers are really strict and that makes it even harder. I was like sweating, so nervous. And I didn't really understand much because it was all like Korean, but I tried my best.
It was very hard to keep up with the other Korean kids because they are so fast at doing the tests. I was just guessing the answers because I couldn't really do anything. 받았쓰기, I got 10 out of 10, so big jump. In England, there's no 받았쓰기, but then in Korea, you do 받았쓰기 every week. Probably writing skills.
Do you like it?
No.
Which one is the best hard part?
Probably speaking, getting the accent and speaking.
But in Korean school, everything's difficult. I had a Korean friend and she was like really good. So she would like help me through. If I had a question, if I needed help with something, she would tell me and she would help me figure it out. And that was helpful. She was really nice.
I have 2 friends that helped me a lot in Korea. They helped me with a lot of my study. And I also had a teacher in 2nd grade. She really helped me out too. Probably go to their house, play games, or we would go out to play football.
노래방 and 떡볶이, always. I went with my friend to a 노래방 like for the first time. It's so cool, you can just put money in, coins, notes, and then you just automatically just sing any song you want with unlimited time. Really, in England you can just do it in the house because it's like so big and you've got neighbours can't really complain because you're not that loud. It's like very different, like you don't have that in England, so I have so many pictures. I like it, I always do it when I go with my friends.
convenience store. It's the only place I go with my friend. I was pretty shocked. Everything was very different. The drinks in pouches with the ice cups were very different. All the snacks were very different. Just really different items. After I studied in Korean school, definitely studying hard. Because you have to keep up with the other kids, otherwise, like if you don't do a lot of studying, you're just automatically gonna fail. You kind of have to like really focus.
I agree studying harder because everything is a lot stricter here. You have to keep up and you have to do it the way you should instead of, because England's quite slow, but Korea you just like everything quick, everything straight away.
The most fun Korean school.
I feel England was better. It could have just been because I went elementary school. Obviously elementary school was fun. But then I only went to high school for a little bit, so I didn't really get to adjust high school life in England, but it's really tough. Korean schools here are just so tough here. We went all the way to Gangneung. We went there and it was like a camp, Bandari camp, we did for like 3 days. And we stayed at this Hanongmar and we went to the beach. We did like sledging and we did ice skating and everything. It was so fun.
Probably Singjeonseong because it was very fun actually. Seeing how well other people can swim actually. I was shocked. I wanted to see only because lots of people say that they can swim really well, but turns out they can't swim very well. Better than in England.
Do you have dreams in Korea?
I want to be fluent, both Korean and English, so that it's just easier to understand. And I'm top of the class, always. Learning the language is key. I want to try and stick to my hobbies, but I want to be successful. I still don't have a dream, but I have a lot of dreams that I want to be, like people that I want to be. I want to be successful, happy with what I do.
Definitely speaking Korean fluently. My dream when I grow up is scientist or footballer.
I heard it's difficult to get into university in Korea. I want to,